Lily here. Lily's way down here.
That's Margaret E.
Yeah.
Lily. That Benson, right?
Benson, Cliff.
Yeah.
Cliff.
Yeah, Elsie, Lawrence Clifford Benson.
Yes, that's
Yes.
right. They had one son,
Yeah.
Miles.
I have a really important story to tell you about them later on once we catch
Okay.
up. So you've made the transition now from your brothers and sisters into your aunt talking about Dottie and that. Do you remember your grandmother on the Lang side?
No,
No?
that's what I'm saying. I never remember any grandma, but that's why I think I was chosen to stay with Aunt Dottie was when she died.
Okay.
And I couldn't, nobody ever told me, and I often wondered if it was Aunt Dottie was crying, but now I realize that she was upset about Grandma Lang dying.
Do you know who they were? Like what their names were?
I think they were a Purdy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
She died when you were, from what I've uncovered, she died. You were 9 years old when she passed away.
Was I 9? I thought it was about 8, eh?
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, in there,
Yeah.
I'm with
Yeah,
the years.
that would be it then.
Yeah.
Because that's when Aunt Dottie wanted me to go and
And
live with her.
did you know your grandfather's name?
No.
I know he died long before you
Before that,
were
no.
born.
No.
You never heard his name?
As I
Yeah.
say, children are so lucky today to have 2 and 3 sets of grandparents, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have it as George Lang, and she was Mary Jane Purdy. And
Yes, that'd be their mom and dad.
that was right. That was your grandparents,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So the Purdys, they were big farmers out in Goulburn Township. There's still a Purdy Road out there, apparently.
A Purdy Road,
Yeah,
P-U-R-D-Y.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it's off
P-U-R-D-Y.
of
I don't.
Dwyer Hill Road. You know where Richmond, Fallowfield, and Dwyer Hill meet?
Yeah,
Richmond Road and Dwyer Hill.
yeah.
If you keep going, it would be south on Dwyer Hill. It's in and around that area. Now, I was doing some research on the family tree, and I was working in not for Canada Post, but in the Canada Post complex over there at Heron and Riverside.
Right.
And Gary and Heather's son, Greg, was working for Canada Revenue, which happened to be in the same building. So he sent me an email one afternoon and said, "Sandy, do we have any Purdys in our family tree?" And I said, "Yeah, that's your great grandmother,
Yeah.
George Lang and Mary Jane Purdy." He said, "Well, there's a lady here that's working with me that she has Purdys in her family tree too." So I said, "Well, we better have a cup of coffee together and compare notes." So sure enough, we did, and she put me on to this fellow by the name of Bill Pearson. And Bill Pearson was he was a descendant of the Purdys as well. And she said he'd written a little family history book, and it was in the Ottawa Public Library. So I marched on down to the library as soon as I possibly could and found the book. It's called The Purdys of Carleton County. And I opened it up, and sure enough, you go down the tree, and it says George Lang and Mary Jane Purdy.
Now, isn't that...
And it had your father listed in it as well, and a couple of other children.
Well, I never knew that. I
Yeah.
never knew...
So that's how they came to be.
and I
So I was
guess
trying to.
farming was, or gardening
What was
was...
the name of that again?
It's called The Purdys of Carleton County, and it's a book. I think the only copy is in the Ottawa room, down in
The
the
Ottawa
main
room.
main branch downtown of the library. On you know where it is? It's on Metcalf and Laurier.
I'll get it from Perth. They'll order it for me.
Yeah. Oh, you have Hello Nepean. That's quite the
Yeah.
book, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
really nice. I want
Yeah.
me to show it to Mom.